challenge. Welcome back to another FlyLady series. This is for November 2017, and yes, I am behind. Technically today's Sunday the 5th, and the FlyLady Zone 1 ended on Friday, and that would have been the 3rd. Okay, so I was very busy this week. We had a lot of appointments with the kids, you know, band stuff, and then teacher conferences. I did a lot of shopping, and yesterday we got stuck with a little bit over a quart of wood that we had to put on the deck, so that took a good 2.5 hours. Then I had to go to Home Depot to buy a whole bunch of stuff for downstairs, and I'm gonna film that this afternoon. So yeah, it's been very hectic, but I am starting the series. So this video is going to be Zone 1 into one video. Tomorrow I'm going to start filming Zone 2. I may put several videos for Zone 2, I'm not sure, because it's the kitchen and you know there's a lot. So for those of you who are new to the channel or don't know about the FlyLady, it's a way of cleaning your house that basically is on a rotating schedule. So the first week of the month we do Zone 1, which is the entryway, your front entrance, your dining room, and your coat closet. You know, basically the front door. For me it's front door, back door, dining room. Okay, the porch, you can add that too because it's part of the entrance. All right. Zone 2 is the kitchen. We spend an entire week in the kitchen. Zone 3 for me is the second floor. It's the kids' bedroom, kids' bathroom, and the office, and the staircase. Zone 4 is my master bedroom and my master bathroom, and Zone 5 is my living room and a den, which for me would be the living room and the basement and laundry room. So I'm still working in the laundry room, you know that. Today I'm actually going to spend time doing the installation in the crawl space, but we'll get to that when we move on to another video. So what am I doing today? I'm going to do all of Zone 1 in one video. Technically you work every day for 15 minutes a day. For me, in the past it's worked a lot. This week was just very hectic and I wasn't able to do it. So I'm gonna start with the back entrance, which is really our main entrance in the house. And when you do the zone cleaning, this is not about your regular routine cleaning, because it's not like you clean a zone once a month. You still, you know, decluttering and sprucing up and picking up stuff throughout the week, doing your vacuum. This is during the home blessing hour, which we do every week for an hour. So the regular cleaning of the house is being done, you know, the surfaces, floors, whatever. But when you get to the FlyLady Zone 1, Zone 2, 3, 4, and 5 cleaning, you actually tackle those things that you wouldn't do on a regular basis. In this entryway, for instance, it would be the top of the molding, it would be the deep cleaning of the corners, because we have the dogs coming in and out a lot, so there's always dog hair that gets stuck in the corner. The walls, cleaning up any smudge that's on the wall. And then for me, behind me is the pantry, so I add the pantry to it. And then in the dining room is the same thing. It's the fan, it's all the corners that don't get really cleaned every single week during the home blessing hour. And then the dusting inside the Curio cabinets and whatnot. And then the coat closet is basically reorganizing. And then the porch, we actually did it yesterday, I just didn't film because we put all our wood on the front porch. So let me get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is start from top to bottom. So I have to take the vacuum cleaner. It's much easier than trying to find a telescopic broom or whatever. And I'm going to grab all of the cobwebs that I have, because yeah, there's cobwebs here. In a month you do get cobwebs, and you know, it's the suburbs, so we have a big yard and we have forests all around us, so we have critters. Alright, so let's get started. I'm gonna try to keep the video short, by the way, but you know, when you do the whole Zone 1 in one video, it's gonna be tough. So what I'm doing is taking my vacuum cleaner, and you can't see it, but I do have a couple of cobwebs up there, so I'm gonna get rid of that. So after I vacuum, I just take a rag, and I've got hot soapy water, and that's basically just Dawn detergent. And I just do my walls because they get dust And I don't, you know, go crazy, but I do the walls and I do my frames. But the most important is the top of the moldings, like the top of this cabinet here. That only gets done once a month. And you can tell because it's barely dirty. And since I'm in this area here, I'm just gonna go ahead and clean my pantry, and I'm doing all of the areas where the dust collects. And I do the same thing here to the wall. Make sure I get the corners. I have a stain here, probably from the broom the last time I did the cobwebs, and I'm doing the top here. And it helps me get rid of any dust that I have on the surfaces, because, believe it or not, even though you don't see it, all of that small particle dust that you get on your furniture and on your woodwork in your house actually gives it a dull finish. So it brings back all the shine. And on this area here, we always have a lot of fingerprints, because this is the corner that goes to the basement. And everybody tends to lean on that corner to open the gate that leads to the basement. I do this wall too, even though that's part of the basement. So pantry. In the pantry, basically what I do is relocate things where they belong. This can stay here. We're fine here. I knew it, an empty cookie box. Don't we find one in every video? So I know I gotta buy cookies. You know what? Let me wipe this. Just wipe the shelves. Okay, so we're good here. I gotta rearrange this a little bit. Usually I put the cereals, I just leave the plastic and I put a clip on it. I can do that. Okay, pasta and rice. Not a lot going on here. No, this is organized. The only thing is this big thing here. I need to find a place for it. It won't fit here. It will fit here. So, I really don't have to do anything in the pantry. Because we maintain it, except for that empty box of cookies. I shouldn't talk, right? Let me do the floor and I'm done with this area. So I don't think it took more than 15 minutes, but I got the whole entryway done and I just mopped the floors, it's still wet. All of the walls and the stains on the walls have been cleaned. I did the light switch. The frames have been wiped. I don't have any cobwebs on the ceiling. I did the top here of all of the molding and the door frame. And I cleaned and rearranged the pantry a little bit. So this is looking a little bit better. But the pantry really kept it organized, because the way I've organized it for the house is just working out for us. So we're not really losing things or forgetting about things. Everything has been pretty much nicely organized. So again, it only took me maybe 15 minutes, at best 20 minutes to do this. I'm just going to take a quick breather. So technically, again, you do this like one day and then the next day you do the next area within zone 1. For me, because I'm behind, I'm going to go and tackle the coat closet now after I take a breather, and then I'll do the dining room. So that could be 3 days if you were doing 15 minutes. We really don't spend a lot of time. It's just a matter of getting the stuff that you don't necessarily get to do on a regular basis. So yeah, let me take a breather, I'll be right back. So before I do the coat closet, all right, so we're gonna check the front porch, and that's pretty much swept. I don't have anything that needs to be done, but I want to show you the wood I brought in yesterday. So this is about almost 3/4 of a cord, and then we have the rest here on this side. So we stacked all of that yesterday, and it took a minute. So we have a fireplace, and every year we like to burn wood in the fireplace. And I have to be honest, this year we've been very, very lucky in northern New Jersey. We have had the heat maybe 2 days since October, and we're already November 5th. So we've been very lucky this year, I'm not complaining. But we do like to have wood because it kind of allows us to heat up this general area of the house, the living room and the dining room, without necessarily turn the heat on, if you know what I mean, plus ambiance. Okay, so we have wood for the entire season now, we good. And they delivered it, but they dumped it in the middle of our driveway. Usually we get it on pallets, but it was much less expensive to do it where they just dump all the wood. So there's about maybe 350 logs in there. So it was pretty fun to have the kids doing this with us, but you know, it's all about positioning your logs properly. If you don't have a fireplace, you probably don't care. All right, let's do the coat closet. So the coat closet for me is always a pain because stuff gets shifted and we have way too many shoes. So I'm gonna try to declutter a little bit, put the purses back where they belong. I do have a lot of Vera Bradley purses, and they tend to, you know, I rotate them so they get used, but let's face it, I don't put them back where they belong. So we got winter coats here. I put this divider for the kids' other coat, but this is Edward's, so it needs to go on the right side, which is the left. And these are good. You see how many shoes I have? This is ridiculous. Okay, so purses. Alright, so these are good. Gloves, they need to go back with the gloves. These boots, these are not boots, they actually are Uggs boot, but I need to get them fixed. The zipper broke. So usually I do the bottom part, the tray and everything, but we haven't had a lot of rain, so this is actually not dirty. I'm not going to address that this time around. I'll do it the next time. Scott, I found your sleepers.
Where?
They're in the coat closet with the rest of the shoes.
Oh. Maybe now we'll find Willie's phone.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I'm just reorganizing, that's it. And since you're always decluttering in your zone, I'm getting rid of this. This is an old lavender color wreath hanger thing. I don't use it, so that can go. Entryway was done. I just got to again vacuum and mop the floor, and this whole area is done. You saw me do the luminary and the top. I did the mirror, the door, a little bit on the outside, and I'm done with this. So again, less than 15 minutes, at best 20. Anybody can do that, and you don't have to do it all in one shot. Okay, you can do your entryway into 2 separate evenings if you have more to do. So it allows you to really maintain your home, and whenever you have somebody coming in, there's never like a huge collection of dust on any particular area. And pretty much all of your mirrors and stuff is clean, you know, and smudge free, which is great, because this is the kind of stuff when, let's say you're in a state of panic because you have people coming over, it will add a significant amount of time to you cleaning your entire house and putting it together. So if you maintain it and you do it like this every month, you really don't have to spend that much time cleaning any area at any given point if you have people coming over. It's just a matter of sprucing things up, picking up things that are a little bit all over the place, and decluttering a little bit, and then giving it just a once over, and then you're done. All right, so now I'm moving on to the dining room. So here's my dining room, which you've seen a gazillion times, with the table that I built. And you can tell that we've been doing very good with maintaining the clutter. I'm no longer using this as an office. To be honest, I'm using the kitchen more than anything else. And the buffet here stays clutter-free, granted, because there's no space for anything other. But we do have an issue here. I haven't done the walls in quite some time. Hold on, Electra. And I also have to do the top of those curtain rods, because they are dusty. And I have the top of the frames, I have the top here that needs to be done, and I definitely need to dust the fan and the inside of the Curio cabinet. So what I'm gonna do again is work from top to bottom. So I'm gonna start with the rods here, and then do the fan, do the top of the Curio cabinets, and then I'll start moving down onto the dining room table and the buffet. I also have to do the mirror because I haven't done it in a while, and the top of the door frames. So the other day I was sitting at the table, and I noticed that the top of my rods really have a lot of dust. So I'm gonna do that. There's even some cobwebs here, so I'm taking care of that. When's the last time you did your rods? Really? Who does that? So I'm going to show you the top of my Curio cabinets, because for those of you who are new to this channel and watching this video for the very first time because you want to learn about the FlyLady, you're probably wondering, but this girl's house is not dirty. Well, yeah, here, this is the top of my cabinets. It's pretty gross, okay? So I'm going to keep working on this. I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. But for now, I've cleaned all of the rods, so there's no more dust. And I still need to readjust this one a little bit. Here we go. And then if you remember from another video, this rod was like all the way over there, so I actually fixed that. And then I did this one here, so this is dusted as well. And when we change the season, I'll probably will go ahead and send these drapes to the dry cleaner. I don't want to wash them myself because it's upholstery fabric, and I don't know what's going to happen to them if I wash them in a regular wash. All right, so let me just go ahead and clean this mess. This is actually the top of my Curio cabinet, and I'm attached to the camera is attached to the rod. But I wanted to show you the top because it's so dirty, and I'm going to clean it. But really what I wanted to show you is this contraption here. Another one of Sophia's crazy contraption. This is how I've anchored my Curio cabinets, which are really IKEA bookcases, to the wall. I have a 2x4 right here, and that 2x4 is anchored directly into the studs in the wall, and then I've attached the Curio cabinet with those brackets onto the 2x4. So technically my Curio cabinets absolutely cannot shift, move, fall, you name it. So just wanted to share that with you because you know, sometimes I come up with crazy idea, but I have to say that this is one of the ideas that I've had that really gave me peace of mind, because the last thing I want is for any of those Curio cabinets to fall down and lose all of the stuff that I have inside. So you can tell that this is not dusted very often. And I'm not gonna lie, I probably did it maybe twice in 7 years. So yeah, that's the reality in my house. Unfortunately for me, if I don't see it, I don't clean it. That's the problem. Okay, so that's done. And I'm on the step ladder. And what I need to do is the inside of the cabinet, which really doesn't need to be done all that much. There's really not that much dust, but I'm just using a quick cloth, and what I'm gonna do is just quickly buff my crystal, because the holidays are coming, and you hear the clock? The holidays are coming, and even though I wash those before I put them on the table, I still want them to be nice and sparkly if I don't use them. Like, I know I'll use the flutes, but you get the idea, right? You just go over your crystal and your china, basically. I'm just gonna do a quick buffing, and then again, if I do use them for the holidays, what I'll do is that I'll wash them before I put them on the table, to give them an extra shine. But right now I just want to buff the dust off of them. I'm going to do that throughout the entire curios, which in this room I have 3 of. Just a tidbit, don't use microfiber cloth when you're doing crystal, because it is a plastic fabric. The fiber in it will actually, over time, not the first time you do it, but over time, it will give you a streaks, and it will scratch your crystal, especially if you have very good quality crystal. So don't use microfiber, right? This is just a dusting cloth that you can get in your cleaning aisle at the supermarket, and that's really all you should use. The best way to clean them, though, is to dip them in hot soapy water with Dawn detergent in it, or white vinegar, and then again you let them dry, and then you buff them with one of those cloths that's super soft. So this cabinet is entirely done, and I've also cleaned the glass, so that's done. I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to this cabinet. And you know, if this is your first time watching cleaning videos from me, I strongly encourage you to look at videos from a while back, because this is by far the cleanest my house has ever been. Not only is it the cleanest it's ever been, it's the most organized. I was keeping this because it's got grandma handwriting on it, and it's completely faded. Yeah, I can't read it, so it can go. That's too bad. Alright, well, these are all the things we got for, you know, when you get married. Wedding gifts. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with this cabinet. I'm going to do the shelves. I'm going to quickly buff the crystal. These are definitely going to be used over the holidays, both for Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's Eve. Mom is coming, so, and another little note, it's probably all disappeared. So those will get washed again before I put them on the table. So this is done. I'm spending a little bit more time on zone 1, in particular the dining room, because as you know, my mom is coming, and then we have a whole bunch of people coming in for Thanksgiving this year, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to need to prepare between the meals and, you know, accommodations or whatever. So when it comes to the Thanksgiving time, right before we get folks over, there's not going to be any time for me to do this stuff, so I'm doing it thoroughly now, and then it will be done for when mom comes over. So I'm probably not going to touch those cabinets until 2018, like probably maybe January, not even, I don't think so, probably February when I do zone 1, I'll go over these cabinets one more time. But again, if you're new to the channel and you don't know, this is like a big transformation for me, because I used to do those once a year, and now I'm pretty much doing them every other month, at worst every 3 months, but they're definitely getting done more often than they used to. So I'm running a little bit out of time. I want to do the fan, because that needs to be done. It hasn't been done in 2 months, and there's really dust on it, so I want to do that. I'm not going to do the buffet because I did it last weekend. Actually, I put the oil on it, but I want to do the fan, and I want to do the dining room table. I'm not going to do the small cabinets over there because I did it last month, so I will be done for today. It's actually not too bad. You guys are completely blinded, you can't see anything, but it's not too bad. Usually I get the pillowcase to do this, but I'm just going to do the edge of the blades and not the full blade. I'll do that again right before the holidays anyway. You see the dust falling? This one is really bad. For some reason, one of them always gets all the dust. I don't know why. Okay, so this is done. Much better. Let me do the dining room table. This one is brand new, actually. I usually, what's the one I use? Hamilton House, something house. Hollywood, something like that. So we're gonna try this one. And I just spray or squirt my oil directly onto it. Another one of those cloth and little circle. This wood, this hardwood floor actually absorbs the oil. And the more I put on, the more the oil gets on the edges. You remember how I did the edges myself, and it was like a dull finish, but with the oil, the more I put on it, the more it's starting to get a sheen. So I'm done with zone 1, and the whole dining room table has been nicely buffed and clean. I did all of the inside of the Curio cabinet, and I did the top of the the curtain rods. This cabinet was done, and again, this is what you do pretty much once a month. Vacuum is still here. I still have to vacuum and mop. I'm going to do that later on today, and this I'm not touching because it's pretty much done. And you can see that I oiled it last weekend, so it's clean. So here's a pan of my Hello Beagle, and here's a pan of my dining room. So I am done with zone 1. So I'm done with zone 1. Again, this is the stuff you do once a month. I still have things to do here. I'm gonna try to squeeze them between today and later on until I get to the next zone 1. One of the things that I want to do, and hey Scott, and I want to do, I make sure I do it actually today. When I'm done with this video, I need to remove a spot. I have a stain on the wall over there that's bothering me, so I need to do that. But otherwise, it's been thoroughly dusted this time around, and when I get to zone 1 again in December, there's going to be very little that I need to do in here. No, I didn't do the I did not do the door frames. I just don't have the time. I have other things I need to do today. I need to go down to the basement and insulate the crawl space. So I'll see you for that video later on this week, okay? So give me a big thumbs up if you like this cleaning video. Don't forget to subscribe right here in the corner if you want to make sure you don't miss any other episode in the FlyLady series. Please check my other videos on my channel. I'll put the link at the end where I have an entire series done when I did it the first time, where it was every single day there was a video, and I think it was in May or something like this. So you'll get to see and appreciate the difference in cleanliness in the house between those videos and what I'm showing you this time around, okay? Give me a big thumbs up. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.